CCP Games is no longer the name of the company. It is now Fenris Creations, which is actually the original title before CCP Games. So if you go back and look at a boxed game, there is the Fenris logo. And what I find to be the most interesting part of all this is that Google DeepMind has partnered with them. And people might scratch their heads initially and go, "Heh." But you think about the research that Google DeepMind has been doing, how they've been kind of exploring chess, and then finally with the game Go, and they're developing AlphaGo, which then became the best Go player in the world. And then you look at complex systems, and EVE Online, because it is entirely driven by players in terms of the economy and the strategies and everything, it is the most kind of rich test bed for any type of AI solution to really kind of test its muster, if you will. Like,
It's weird and so interesting, fascinating. It's weird.
yeah. So they've said that right out of the gate, Google DeepMind is not going to be operating in Tranquility, which is the live server that all the players access. Instead, they're going to be operating in kind of closed off sandbox systems that maybe mirror the EVE Online environment. But basically, there is so much rich data that Google DeepMind can run their systems against and basically see how these agentic workflows and these agents operate in a massive universe, not something that's like, oh, go update this Google Doc. It's like, no, there are thousands of star systems and so much more data that can be condensed down into your tiny ass little context window. It's like you really have to think differently about how an agent operates in such a massive system. And so I think this is really the beginning of what we might see as kind of like a test bed for AGI, or kind of like artificial general intelligence, a system that can reason across multiple environments, across multiple kind of problem spaces. And so that's just the beginning of it. The other part too that I'm excited about is they have been experimenting with really rich AI kind of juiced or powered entities or enemies. So a lot of the enemies or NPCs that you fight within EVE Online, they're pretty basic. Their behaviors are I wouldn't say stupid, but they're very predictable. It's like when you go on a raid with a bunch of players, you know which enemies to take out first. You know how different types of enemies are going to act, which kind of players or ships they'll target and aggro first. But they've been experimenting with some AI systems where they've seen some really interesting and weird behaviors, and then you start to give the AI access to build their own new stations and their ability to create new kind of access points to unlock economic value within the system. And then we start to getting into really, really cool emergent gameplay situations that honestly just haven't been possible before in gaming. So we talked really briefly about extraction shooters and the way the end game still has yet to be developed. It's like that is a new frontier for gaming. And now we have really high-powered AI systems kind of building within a player-driven ecosystem, and then that's going to result in all sorts of new emergent gameplay as well. And I'm so pumped for what the future holds, but also this kind of partnership is just going to be so beneficial for now Fenris Creations and Google DeepMind, I think.